Welcome. Thank you for tuning into this 2023 General Election Candidate Forum for the North Thurston School District Board of Directors, Districts 1, 4, and 5. This forum is presented by the League of Women Voters of Thurston County in collaboration with Thurston Community Media. The League of Women Voters is proud to be nonpartisan, neither supporting or opposing candidates or political parties at any level of government, but always working on vital issues of concern to members and the public to defend our democracy and empower voters. I am Karen Tweet with the League, and I will be moderating this forum. Sandy Novak will be our timer. The North Thurston School Board oversees the North Thurston School District, which covers 74 square miles in Lacey and Northeast Thurston County. The North Thurston School Board is comprised of the elected school board directors, 5, and 3 student advisors. The board develops and adopts policy governing all facets of school operation. School board directors are responsible for hiring and supervising the school superintendent, setting the vision, mission, and strategic goals for the district, adopting school board policies, establishing the school district budget, and monitoring the district's progress towards its goals. This forum includes candidates for North Thurston School Board Districts 1, 4, and 5. The candidates for District 1 are Gretchen Miliska and Veronica Shriver. The candidates for District 5 are David Newkirk and Michelle Gipson. The candidates for District 4 are Stephanie Scott and Esperanza Badillo Oreo. Neither of the District 4 candidates were able to attend today's forum, but we will be reading statements from each of them at the end of the forum. Gretchen Miliska, candidate for District 1, and David Newkirk, candidate for District 5, were unable to join us today. Each candidate will get the opportunity to answer a series of questions. The questions will be alternated, so each has the chance to start first. Candidates may also give a 1-minute closing statement. Each candidate will have 1 minute to respond. If you need me to repeat the question, don't hesitate to ask. The timer will turn yellow when you have 15 seconds left, and then will show a stop sign when your time is up. If you don't notice the sign, I will tell you when your time is up. We stress the importance of civility in our forums. Candidates, you have each received the ground rules for the forum and have agreed to abide by them. For the first question, I will begin with Veronica Shriver. Veronica, what makes you the most qualified candidate for this position?
In our North Thurston School District, almost 70% of the children are not meeting expectations in math and in science, and 50% are not meeting expectations in reading. This is not okay. I never meant to get into this, but as a citizen and a taxpayer, sometimes you can no longer just sit back and do nothing. I have taught English to the Latino community, and I have been a substitute teacher at a local private school. I really enjoy these jobs because I enjoy teaching, and I'm a people person. In my current full-time job, I work with judges, attorneys, and my clients to get the best possible outcome for everyone while also being fiscally responsible. Also, I worked for the state government for 1 year, which gave me enough exposure to question many parts of the state system. My goal is to prioritize academics so our kids are ready for the future. For these reasons, I feel I'm well balanced for this position and hopefully bring some fresh ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. Michelle?
Thank you. Thanks for this opportunity. I am Michelle Gipson. I'm running for the position 5 in North Thurston School Board. I've lived and worked in this and volunteered in this community since 1999 while raising 3 children of my own and 2 bonus children who attended North Thurston Public Schools, and now have 2 grandchildren enrolled in this district. Like many others in this community, I am an immigrant and I have been a military child and wife. As the operations director of the South Sound Y, I spend each and every day working with youth and families to build community. I want to take that experience to the North Thurston Public Schools. I am a servant leader who believes building relationships is critical to developing the trust required to solve difficult challenges, which only happens when you're proximate. This is why I'm honored to be endorsed by the North Thurston Education Association. I am ready to meet and listen and lead on behalf of all our students and to be a good partner to educators and parents.
Thank you, Michelle. For the second question, I will begin with you, Michelle. Question 2. In 2021, the state legislature passed a law requiring school directors to receive training on cultural competency, diversity, equity, and inclusion as they relate to education. What is your opinion of the need for school board directors to participate in such training?
Thank you for the question. I believe that diversity, equity, and inclusion training is necessary in all aspects of our communities. Working with children in the North Thurston School District, which is the most diverse school district in our area, I think it's critical that you have the competence to deal with the different issues, to be able to understand the needs of the people in the community. But yeah, I think that in my work, what we do is diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we include that in all processes because we know that it's important that we live in a very diverse community, and the diversity and including, it's not something that's natural for everyone, so I think that to get everyone on the same page, the training is necessary.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Veronica?
Well, for me, diversity, equity, and inclusion. I think the intent is nice, and I think with our area, we do have a very diverse community. That's because I work with the Latino community, that part is already embedded in my culture. So that part, it's just to have it be a major part of the education system. I don't think it should be a full aspect of education. I think right now we have an education crisis that we really need to focus on. So that's where my belief system is at this point. I think with our kids, I think they already really develop friendships on their own, and right now North Thurston is really pushing the culture for kindness, and I think that part's really important. So that's why I think we need a good balance, and right now the education crisis is more important at this point.
Thank you, Veronica. For the third question, I will begin with you, Veronica. Question 3 is, what is your opinion of the board's role versus the parents' role in decisions regarding curricula and textbooks?
Well, I think it's important that the school takes into consideration the parent involvement. What I would like to see is more parents getting involved. I think a lot of parents don't know really what's going on in the education system. I personally really like North Thurston, and I think they've done a really good job putting themselves out there, getting parents to participate. But I also think too, it's important for parents to be involved in the textbooks. And we need to get books that are, written by really good authors that write well and can give differences of opinion. So I think it's important for parents to be part of the system and that we do a partnership with the school. Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. Michelle?
I believe that the state sets the groundwork for what is taught in the schools, and the superintendents the Office of Superintendent then sets the guidelines or the rules for what education looks like in the schools. And the board, I'm getting nervous, I'm sorry. The school board then uses those guidelines and those laws to guide how that education is rolled out to our students. Yes, parents should be informed. Not all parents are equipped to create curriculum. There are also entities that are that are designed to review curriculum and state what things they think aren't relevant for our kids. But I think that parents' involvement, as I'm sorry, Ms. Shriver has said, is accurate.
Thank you, Michelle.
Sorry.
The fourth question goes first to you, Michelle. What programs, services, and/or personnel would you prioritize in funding in the case of inadequate resources?
We need educators. It's the school, and that's why you send them there, is to get educated. So top of the line is your teachers, your paraeducators. Those positions need to be priority. And then you have to think about the resources that allow all students to be able to get to school. So our bus systems, transportation, and of course nutrition, because again, the school's design or set up now that we have nutrition as part of a resource for some parts of our community. So I think at the top of the line, you definitely need to have your educators supported or as a priority. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Veronica?
Well, I definitely agree with Michelle. I really think that teachers need their assistants, their paraeducators. That's something that I would really want to keep because they need the assistance. I have had teachers reach out to me letting me know that the paraeducators are really crucial to them. So that's something that I would really want to keep on. And also the Teachers Resource Center, which let's see, well, the Youth Resource Center, I think it's also really crucial as well. It's a program to really help out the houseless youth and their families. So I volunteered there a few times, and it's crucial to make sure that we keep that program going as well. But thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. The fifth question goes first to you, Veronica. What do you think is included in social-emotional learning, and how should it be addressed in school curricula?
The social-emotional, it's still kind of a new concept for me to understand. I'm not sure how much work we should put into it because, like I said, my focus has always been on the education piece. That to me is right now a crisis, in my opinion. So integrating, I'm not sure how much of a focus we need to have on that. I think parents should be, partnering up with the schools to make sure that their kids are getting the social, emotionally part taken care of. And we have resources with our counseling centers too. I just think right now it's not a top priority. I think the education part is the priority, in my opinion.
Thank you, Veronica. Michelle?
Honestly, I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I am. I believe one of the things that I think that keeps me up at night is the rise in suicides of our teens. I'm concerned that education does not happen in a bubble. And so, yes, we need to focus on the learning, but there are other factors that impact how well children can learn. And I think mental health is just, it's a crisis that isn't just for adults. It's a crisis that's happening in the high schools and the middle schools. And I've seen it with friends. I've seen it in my community. And I think having that support for kids is critical. And I believe that it should be a part of the curriculum.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
The sixth and final questions goes first to you, Michelle. How would you address student lags in academic performance due to distance learning during the past several years because of the pandemic?
I wish I had a complete, like if I had a solution, I would mail it to someone right now. But it's something that definitely needs to be addressed. Yeah, I don't know, it's like sleep. You can't really make up for some of those things, but you have to do the best that you can. So kids are going to keep moving forward, and we want them to be able to progress on schedule to meet whatever follows, whether it's work or academic studies. So I think that it's critical that we explore all of the avenues of how to course correct, whether it's increasing the number of days that we teach or whatever that is. And so I would love to be able to spend more time exploring that when I become director.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Veronica?
Yeah, the pandemic really did cause a big stir for everybody. I think maybe focusing on the kids that are, the ones that are lagging, and focusing on them and making sure they're getting all of the needs, which may be that they do get more hours than some other kids. I know some kids really excelled during COVID. They did really well online, but some kids didn't. So I just think really trying to figure out which kids need the extra help, which may require that they do the extra hours just to catch up, and more parent involvement. Parents need to kind of check in. I know people are busy and they have double jobs, but really take advantage of the community around you too, making sure that people know about the low test scores, because I feel like it's a community effort to try to bring everybody back. It's going to take everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. You now each will have 1 minute for a closing statement, beginning with you, Michelle.
I'm honored to have had this opportunity to highlight who I am and why I want to serve on the North Thurston School Board. I believe all children can learn and thrive in a changing world, and quality education ensures that outcome. Education is now at a critical crossroad, and policy making at the school board level is more important than ever. I'm committed to ensuring safe, welcoming, and inclusive learning environments, equal access to equitable education, mental health support for our youth. Our children and our schools thrive when our youth, their families, and educators are supported, heard, feel safe, and welcomed. I'm committed to being a voice for all students, to being transparent and accessible to parents and educators on issues that impact our children, and being an advocate for the underserved and underrepresented communities. Education doesn't happen in a bubble. The school board must work with teachers, staff, parents, and students to find solutions. I am ready to serve.
Thank you, Michelle. Veronica?
I've been part of the North Thurston School District for over 25 years, and my kids started when they were in kindergarten. We have an amazing district. I love our teachers, our paraeducators, and our bus drivers. They are the core for many of our kids. All interactions I've ever had with the district have been welcomed. I felt I was heard, I brought solutions, and most issues were resolved. I know how to work well with people, even with people who don't align with my values. My main focus on my campaign has been to steer back to making education a priority and supporting our teachers so they can focus on teaching. Taxpayers pay more than $15,000 per child. We as parents and grandparents want a better return on our investment. I believe in school safety and supporting school resource officers. Our children are the next generation, and we need to make sure they are ready for the world, whatever direction they choose. Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. I will now read the statement submitted by the candidates for North School Board District 4, beginning with Esperanza Barrio de Orio. My name is Esperanza, Espi, Barrio de Orio. I am a proud Mexican-American mother of 5. I have been in the school district for over 20 years as a parent and volunteer. I have volunteered in the schools in our district for the Battle of the Books, Lacey Loves to Read, and I've been very involved with our PTAs, which brings events to our families. I believe that when staff and community come together, we can support students and provide them with the tools needed to succeed. I am a strong advocate for all students and will always be a voice for them. I believe that with a strong school board together, we can hold the district accountable. True leadership comes from the top. We will represent with kindness and integrity while also making sure that equity is at the core of student learning. And then, a statement from Stephanie Scott. Before the primary, I suspended actively campaigning to support Esperanza Barrio de Oria for North Thurston School Board Position 4. Unfortunately, it was too late to remove my name from the ballot. I hope you'll join me in voting for her in November. Esperanza has devoted her life to kids and staff in the district. Her insights gained serving North Thurston students and families through volunteer positions over the past 20 years will be incredibly valuable on the board. Her lived experience as a woman of color, a parent, and grandparent is critical representation needed on the board. She has my active support campaigning and once she's elected. The more I've worked with Espy these last couple of months, the more I'm committed to fighting to get her elected to the North Thurston School Board. Our students and staff need her. We care deeply about the same issues, including providing a safe learning and work environment for students and staff, protecting BIPOC and LGBTQIA+ students, and preserving support services for students with disabilities. I believe that representation matters and that allies who run for office have a responsibility to support highly qualified candidates of color rather than compete with them. Thank you to all the candidates for participating in this panel. We thank our partner, TC Media, for producing and airing this forum. We are indebted to TC Media for years of making these forums happen and for their work in educating the voters. We encourage you to be a voter in the upcoming election on November 7th. Every vote counts. Ballots will be mailed out around the 18th of October, and you may register to vote up to Election Day. Thank you so much for watching.